Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat. Will be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Again, a lot going on at this time of year. It's a great time, and it's a good thing that there is a lot going on. That means you're still in the NCAA tournament, the Sweet 16. 7 SEC teams, Auburn among them. Auburn, of course, the number one seed. They'll take on Michigan on Friday. Going to be a late night, JJ.
It is going to be a late night.
My goodness, that one didn't get started till almost 9 o'clock. I'm going to be up late, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to be doing on a Friday night, I guess. But we'll talk about that a little bit, break down that matchup a little bit, Auburn and Michigan. Talk about practice as spring practice has begun. Football, Hugh Freeze had his initial kind of press conference yesterday. His staff is the day before that. So we'll talk about some of the things that happened at practice yesterday. Auburn gets a win last night over South Alabama, 13-5. That the baseball program continues to roll up some wins, 20-5 now. So off to a great start into the conference season. They'll take on the number 3 team maybe in the country. That'd be the Georgia Bulldogs this weekend. So that's going to be a challenge. I believe that's on the road too in Athens. So again, a lot to talk about today. We'll get to as much as we can. As always, we'd love to hear from you. 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, what you think about this. How's your bracket look? Is it still intact? I'll ask you that. How's your
the LBI league that I'm in? I'm currently tied for second.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good. All my Final Fours are still in.
Okay.
And I believe 7 of my Elite 8 are in. Wow. 6 or 7.
Okay. Who was your Final Four, I'm assuming?
My Final Four was Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee.
Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now I did not have Houston getting as far as they have. I had picked Houston to be the first number 1 to get knocked off.
Right.
Obviously whiffed on that one. Well, they still could be the first number 1 to get knocked off.
That's true. You predict Purdue to knock them out? Or?
No, I had them going out last round, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Not a lot of faith in Houston.
Was it Gonzaga? Who did they play?
I think they did play Gonzaga, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering there were so many games, but
yeah.
But either way, yeah, it was Gonzaga.
It was. Yeah.
So I had Gonzaga knocking them out.
Okay, that was a very good game. It could have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, Houston pretty good.
I did not go with a lot of upsets in my bracket this year.
And rightly so.
For the reasons that people are talking about. Now, we can talk about it some today if we want to.
Yeah.
But, there is a question in the era of the transfer portal and NIL. Are you going to see these? Think of that FAU team from a few years ago that, they're all seniors and they've played together for 4 years and. No, maybe in terms of raw talent, not as good as some of the other ones, but all that experience and all that, strength of just being older players. Because now, if you're playing a place like FAU and you light it up your first or second year, somebody's coming. Somebody's knocking.
Well, everything. I always have to ask myself, and every time these big discussions come up, number one, is this a one-off?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, is this just a different kind of year,
yeah.
or is this going to be a trend that we're going to start seeing each and every year? And
I think it's one of those things. You're going to have to give it 5 years before you know.
Yeah.
You can look up in 3 or 4 years from now and go, okay, yeah, that was definitely a trend that we thought was coming.
Right.
Or you look up and go, it was just that kind of year.
Right. Well, I mean, everything seems to be pointing to college football. Obviously, we see it has changed, and it is changing in the process of college basketball. You would imagine probably be the same way. So it's maybe trending toward that kind of where you're seeing less and less upsets maybe. The fact that there are 14 teams from the SEC, from one conference getting in here. Then you're seeing the almost half of the Sweet 16 is SEC teams.
Well, that's not. I saw one of the national guys. I don't remember if it was Billis or who it was, but he kind of made the point. He goes, "Look, they got the best coaches and the most money. It's not hard to figure out."
Yeah. There's a reason why. I mean, this just didn't happen by accident. The SEC put the effort in.
Yeah.
To being, Greg Sankey made it a point to say, "Look, we got to get better at basketball."
Yeah.
There's a whole world out there that we're not taking advantage of, that we're not dominating. We need to do that.
It's a revenue stream that we're not capitalizing on, right?
So, and they have spent the money. They've hired the coaches. And like you said, I mean, you're seeing the results, certainly. All right. How's your bracket look out there? 256-234-6221. Let us know. Mine, I had Auburn. I had St. John's. I had St. John's beaten. Since everybody was going with Florida, and everybody I said, well, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit. So I had St. John's, and that didn't work out too well. But I do have Duke and Houston as well in the Final Four. So
I'm sure you watched that Arkansas St. John's game, but what a great coaching matchup. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And you gotta tip your hat to some of these guys. I mean, how about Danny Hurley? Yeah, I mean, Danny Hurley had Florida on the ropes, man. He's right there.
Yeah.
With a team that had a disappointing year, came in as was it 8 or 9 seed, whatever they were.
I think so. Yeah.
So, coaching still matters, man. It still matters.
How about, which is more surprising to you? I asked this to Brett last night. Ole Miss or Arkansas?
Ole Miss, to me. And maybe I just didn't give Chris Beard enough credit.
Right.
I know there's a lot of people that like Chris Beard a lot. I was kind of underwhelmed with him up until this tournament run, but they're playing. I mean, they're playing. I was not surprised to see Arkansas do what they've done because, Calipari's one of the best coaches of his generation. So to see them turn it around and then make a little run in the tournament doesn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah.
Now, Ole Miss, I did not expect them as a 6.
What chance do you give them against Michigan State?
Pretty good. All the SEC teams, and here's the thing. They've talked about this on every broadcast of every game in the tournament with an SEC team. The athleticism of the SEC teams is a different level than what these other teams are doing. Michigan State will be good. They're talented and they're going to be well coached. They're going to be solid in every aspect. Ole Miss has just got to fly. Just gotta.
Well, the way Ole Miss is playing, if you're Auburn, if you're fortunate enough to get past Michigan, I'm not sure you don't want to play Michigan State, even though they're the 2 seed. I mean,
well, and you've handled Ole Miss a couple of times this year.
The
3
old,
times.
the old. It's hard to beat somebody 3 times or 4 times.
4
you know,
times,
I mean,
yeah.
my goodness.
But
How many
and
times we're
then
gonna see-
Auburn, and then let's talk about this game, right? We got to break down Auburn and Michigan.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other game. It's a similar thing because Michigan's got really good size.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a game, I think, where Auburn's bigs can dominate like they've done so many times. This may be a game where Auburn needs to pace this thing, get out and run, get those big guys breathing heavy.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a different, certainly a different kind of challenge. You're not, I mean, it's the first time I think that, Auburn has made other teams that they've played with size come out and bring those bigs out because you're getting Janai Broome will step out to the three-point line.
Right.
Well, both of their 7-footers will step out there too.
Right.
So who's going to win that matchup? Who's going to win the rebounding matchup? Is it going to be?
That is my number one concern in this game for Auburn because of what we saw late in the season on the rebounding side.
Yeah.
If Michigan's out there grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds, it could get scary.
It definitely could. I mean, you would expect them to. It's not just a 7'1", 7-footer. They've got a 6'10" they throw in there as well. So it's size, and more size. And all those guys can shoot. All of them shoot for a high percentage, and they rebound as a team. Everybody on the team has, at least contributes to some degree as far as rebounds are concerned. So,
now, if you put those 3 guys together, you just add their stat lines together, they average 35 points and 19 rebounds.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, watercrafts, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proving KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on iconic Kawasaki jet ski personal watercraft, or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard today, or see all the Kawasaki products at adamsmotorsports.com, where your pleasure is our business.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. For all of your needs, commercial or residential, give them a call today, 334-531-0199. And Sensagreen, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's cool and clean. Call Sensagreen, 334-487-3555. And finally, Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around central Alabama. All your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. They can beat the big box store. Give them a call today. Okay, we're talking about Auburn and Michigan, an interesting matchup here. Michigan, the number 5 seed. Auburn, of course, the number 1 overall seed. This one will be in Atlanta. I would imagine it will be a partisan crowd. I would hope and I would think that Auburn would have an advantage there, but we'll see. This team, Michigan, 27-9 on the year. They a little bit. We talked about the size that they have, but just running down through the numbers here, comparing field goal percentage. Michigan 47.1%, Auburn 48.1%. So basically a wash. Auburn wants to or scores about almost 30 baskets a game. Michigan almost 28, so pretty close. 3-point shooting, which is always a big deal. 33.3%, so a third of the threes that Michigan puts up, they make. They make about 8.2 a game. Auburn, 36.6% shooting. They make a little over 9 a game. That 1-3, is that going to be the difference in the game?
It could be.
Free throw shooting, which is a huge deal, that's about a wash. They both shoot about the same. They both make about a little over 15 a game. So the difference is Michigan only sends their opponent to the line making about 13 a game. Auburn sends their opponent making a little over 16 a game. That's going to be a big one. How is this game called? Auburn, their defense is ferocious at times, but if you're sending your opponent to the free throw line constantly, that's going to be a problem, especially if they're making it.
Yeah, it's another reason. It's one of the reasons Auburn's the number 1 overall seed, and one of the reasons they're so highly regarded is because they can play multiple styles.
Right.
They can play a half-court game and feed the post, right? Mm-hmm. They can get out and run at the same time. And I don't know if Michigan's capable. I think, if you're Bruce Pearl, it's no different than a football game. You want to take away something, right? Whatever that is. It's, and if you're Michigan, you want to do the same thing. But if you're Auburn, I want to find what Michigan's most comfortable with. Yeah. And I just want to take that away. If that's half-court sets and so, then let's push the tempo. You know what I mean?
Auburn slowed it down against Creighton, and that worked. And I think that worked in their favor. That was a wise decision. I'm like you. I think it's the opposite for Michigan.
Yeah.
I think you want to speed them up. I think you want to get out and run against them.
Well, they average 14 turnovers a game, so they're going to give you opportunities to get out and run.
Definitely.
And rebounding, that's another one where, you can't let those 2 7-footers get under there and start grabbing offensive rebounds because you want to pick up the pace. You want to get those rebounds, get out and run.
Yeah, it's not just rebounds; it's offensive rebounds. Those are definitely the ones that'll end up killing you. 14.9 points they average off turnovers. Auburn doesn't keep that stat, so I'm not going through the entire season to try to average that out. I'm sure it's probably out there somewhere. I couldn't find it, but Auburn does. The one that I look at too is assists. Auburn's been in double-digit assists and single-digit turnovers for most of the season. That's that's the way you want it to be. You want it to be on the plus side on assists, but Michigan too, 16 assists a game. That means they move the ball around really well. That means they run their offense very fluid. It's not, they don't rely on one guy. It's a lot of ball movement. It's a lot of that what they call like flex action at the top of the key. So they have their sets. They run it well. I'm a little surprised. Only 3.6 blocks a game to have 2 7-footers.
Yeah.
Auburn averaging 6 blocks a game. Clearly, Dylan Cardwell and Janai Broome, the big reason for that. But nonetheless, it should be a very interesting matchup. Should be a very fun matchup. You got Trey Donaldson, who was a former Auburn point guard just a year ago.
Who, by the way, is shooting over 40%, or is shooting 38% from three.
Yeah.
So.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You got a former Alabama guy on there, too.
Amari Burnett was a McDonald's All-American, went to Texas Tech for a year, then transferred to Alabama for 2 years.
Right.
Before going to Michigan. He shoots about 41% from three. So you got a couple of guys out there that can shoot.
They will occupy a lot of Auburn's time, and they should for sure. All right, we got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for being with us. 256-234-6221 is our number here. I'll always like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some great food in the Montgomery or Auburn area. You can get it there. You can eat it there. You can pick it up, take it home, cook it yourself. They'll cook it for you however you want to do it. Got daily lunch specials as well. Go to their website and check those out. StakesInWine.com. Just the letter N, StakesInWine.com. Some tremendous specials going on each and every month. Go and check those out. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Tremendous place. Great variety of steaks, ribs, wine, all different kind of things. Go and check them out. Montgomery and Auburn area. One final thing on the Michigan-Auburn matchup, again Friday at 8:30, 8:39, 8:40. Creighton had 5 guys, basically one guy off the bench.
Yep.
Michigan plays 9 guys that average double-digit minutes.
Yep.
You're not going to wear them down.
No.
You're not going to wear them out in the second half like you did Creighton. So it's always important to get off to a good start. And if you can do that, then I think you're this could be, I don't want to go back to I think about that Auburn-Purdue matchup on a neutral site. I think about that I think it was Ohio State that Auburn played in Atlanta that they just completely ran off the floor. So get off to a good start running downhill. This team could start finding their way again and look like that team that was in midseason form. That's where you want to be headed into the Elite Eight for sure.
I think it's and by the way, how cool is it that there's a possibility that we can have 6 SEC teams in the Elite Eight?
Well, cool for us, not
very cool for anybody else.
Not cool for any other conference for sure.
I mean, because there's only 2 games, right? I mean, Duke, Arizona, Houston, Purdue, that don't involve at least one SEC team.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy to think about.
Where would you give, if we're looking at that, prediction for who's got the best chance?
Well, Kentucky or Tennessee have the best chance.
Yeah.
Because they're playing each other. One of them is going to the Elite Eight.
It's 50-50, right?
It's 50-50, yeah. I mean, obviously Auburn, being a 1 seed, Florida being a 1 seed. I like Alabama's matchup with BYU, even though BYU scores a lot. They're not a very big team. I think they have one guy that's 6'9", he's the biggest guy on the team, but he's a freshman, doesn't play a lot. And so most of the guys they run out there are going to be 6'8".
Right.
And when you've got Grant Nelson at 6'11" and Clifford Amore at 7 feet, a couple other big guys in that 6'11" range, and Diabate is 6'8", but he plays like he's 6'10". I mean, if I'm handicapping that game, I go, okay, Alabama should win on the boards big time in this game. So I think I would go Auburn 1, Florida 2. Only putting Florida behind Auburn because I don't think Michigan is as good as Maryland. I think Maryland's better than Michigan. I would give Alabama the 3rd best chance. And then, maybe Arkansas against Texas Tech instead of Ole Miss against Michigan State.
Way the Ole Miss is playing.
Just because I think Michigan State's better than Texas Tech.
Yeah, maybe so.
And the way Ole Miss is playing is pretty impressive. But that's this is Michigan State. They were that close at the end of the season to grabbing a 1 seed. If they had performed a little better in the Big Ten tournament. So
true.
So I don't know. Out of those, I'd probably go Auburn 1, Florida 2, Alabama 3, with Arkansas 4A and Ole Miss 4B, right? Something like that.
Who do you like in Kentucky, Tennessee?
I like Tennessee. I got Tennessee in my Final Four.
I actually think I like Kentucky in this.
They're playing well right now. There's no question. But Tennessee is too. So.
They are. I don't know. I maybe it's just I just
Kentucky did get Tennessee earlier in the year.
Yeah, they did. I don't trust Tennessee.
Yeah,
I never have.
Their offense can go
Barnes.
high at any point, but You know, and I mean, Rick Barnes has a way of finding his way into those.
Wouldn't it be just like, I mean, to have Kentucky and Arkansas both make it into the,
right.
Into the Elite Eight?
And wind up playing each other in the Final Four. So
that would be.
It would be insane.
Yeah, it would be. For sure.
Oh boy, it's like I said, if you're an SEC basketball fan, and regardless of which team you have, I mean, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. I mean, I'm interested in almost every game. Houston, Purdue, I could watch that one or not watch it. Not going to matter that much.
Duke, Arizona is going to be that's a very. You talk about athleticism.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really fun game.
Yeah, Duke. You know, you don't realize with Duke, because all the talk about Cooper Flagg. There are 3 guys on that team, Cooper Flagg being one of them. There are 3 guys that right now are projected lottery picks in the NBA draft. It's not. This is not Cooper Flagg and the 4 L's. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a very, very talented team.
They're good. No doubt. Got to take another break. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz. Talk about some practice from the on the football field when we come back right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling,
Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allegames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Spring practice going on right now at Auburn, kind of beginning in pads this week as they hit the football field. A laundry list of guys on the injury report, which, look, I mean, there were some guys, obviously, that were injured last year that are not quite ready to come back, and that's to be expected. And to be honest, there's most of the guys on this list are the guys they got some significant playing time last year. You know what you're going to get from them. Champ Anthony broke his leg early last year. He is still working on the side with the trainers. Bryce Kane got a little hamstring issue. Xavier Chaplin, the transfer from the left tackle transfer from Virginia Tech, has his leg wrapped. But I don't think you're looking to for him to try to win a spot. I think you brought him in to start at left tackle. J.C. Hart and DeMarcus Riddick, you know what you're going to get from both of those guys. Both of them wearing non-contact jerseys. Connor Liu, the center, as well. Keldrick Falk practiced, but got a little attention from the trainers. You know what you're going to get from him. Tyler Scott coming back from a knee injury. Don't want to push him too much. Alex McPherson, so good to see him back on the football field and actually looking healthy and in pads, kicking well. That's going to be a huge boost if he can come back and play well. Darrell Robinson and Jeremiah Wright not at practice. Don't know what that means, but those are always interesting as well. What everybody wants to see is Deuce Knight and Jackson Arnold. The quarterback competition.
I don't think there really is one. Do you think there is one?
I do. I think it's more about Deuce Knight than it is Jackson Arnold. The fact that I think Deuce Knight's a little bit further along. He's a little bit further. He's a little bit more athletic. He's a little bit more of everything than they were expecting as a true freshman.
Okay.
Just to push Arnold.
I just kind of feel like, to push, I get that. I don't know if it's a legitimate competition in that I think the coaches have in their mind Jackson Arnold's the one, and he's going to be the one this year. And we're not getting to August debating on who we're putting out there. We're going to decide on a quarterback and go. I don't think anybody wants to go through any more This is our guy, and that's what we're doing.
I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I think that's certainly why you would go out and spend the money. And
that's right.
And you brought in Jackson Arnold. Now, will he live up to that bill? I don't know. We will find out. But he is occupying the first team reps. Jackson Arnold is. Again, that's to be expected. Arnold has great zip on the ball. Knight clearly has a more explosive arm, but to back up Kent Austin, the quarterback coach's comments on Monday, Arnold appears to have really good timing, particularly with the starters. That's good. Knight throws a mortar. That's what the quote was. He was almost knocking some of the receivers back with how hard he throws it. A ball downfield leaves his hand effortlessly. Okay, that's kind of what you would expect. True freshman, he gets in there. The first thing his instinct is to bail out of the pocket. Now, I mean, does Jackson Arnold do the same thing? I mean, that was part of the problem that Auburn's had for quite a while. Bo Nix used to do that. Used to bail out too early. Do you have a guy that will sit in there and make the throw? That's something you got to figure out. That's something you got to find out.
Yeah.
Now, is that offensive line's a big part of that?
Sure.
Will you give him that time? Xavier Chapman, you brought in a couple of guys from the transfer portal. One from Virginia Tech, one from USC, Mason Murphy. Are you going to give him the time that he needs on that edge? Dylan Wade is back for I don't know how many years this is for him. The transfer from, I think, Tulsa. Jeremiah Wright, not at practice, don't know again what that means, but you brought in a 5-star DeAndre Carter. He was starting on the offensive line. Braden Joyner from Auburn High School. He's your backup center. He was starting at center on that offensive line. Xavier Miller is back for yet another year.
What you really want is your quarterback to be able to go as he drops back, primary, secondary, where's my check down, and then scramble.
Right.
But as you said, and it's not always offensive line. A lot of times it's the quarterback. There are some quarterbacks who can't discipline themselves to go primary, secondary, where's my check down, and then scramble, right? So you got a lot of guys who go primary, secondary, I got to go.
Yeah.
It's happy feet, as they call it.
Happy feet.
So, it's a skill, man. Not every quarterback can do it, but that's what you try to teach them to do. But
that's what's the difference between good and really good quarterbacks, for sure. Eric Singleton's getting a lot of talk about how fast he is. He's the transfer from Georgia Tech. That wide receiving core should be really, really good at Auburn this season. We'll see. But Cam Coleman picking up right where he left off, and Malcolm Simmons as well. So it looks like, and Hugh Freeze talked about what a different team it is and how much more mature and how much higher the ceiling is for this team as far as what's on the field right now. Got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. One final segment on the way when we come back.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz. On this Wednesday afternoon, it is March the 26th. On this day, 1952, Kansas defeated St. John's 80-63. It was the first NCAA tournament with the Final Four format, 1952. On this day, 1973, UCLA defeated Memphis 81-76, the Bruins' 7th straight title.
So would that have been in the Bill Walton era?
That would have been Bill Walton's 2nd title.
Okay.
Yes, he would have been.
Because Abdul-Jabbar was before that.
Mm-hmm.
He was already in Milwaukee by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that would have, let's see, I think this would have been I don't know if this would have been the 10th. They won like 7 in a row, and then they won 3 more in a row. They won, I think, 10 out of 12 in a span. But that's just that's I can't even think. I think about back to back. I mean, UConn's gone back to back. It seemed like, obviously Duke went back-to-back in the 90s. Florida won back-to-back.
It's so different, too, though. In the era. Remember, there was not a 64-team tournament back then either.
True.
You didn't have to run that gauntlet of 6 straight to get there,
But 7 straight.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 1979, On this day, Michigan State defeated Indiana State 75-64.
Magic and Larry.
Bird versus, yeah. And then they turned around and did it again in the NBA.
That's many times. Many times.
Quite a few, yeah. All right. Happy birthday today, Strother Martin.
I was going to, one quick Bird story.
Oh, yeah, please.
You know, Boston drafted Bird before he actually came out. They drafted him the year before he actually entered the draft.
Okay.
Which gave them his rights the following year, but it cost them a first-round pick. So what they wound up doing was they wound up drafting Kevin McHale with the other pick, and then they got Bird the next year. Kind of red thinking outside the box, right?
Worked out well for them.
Yeah, it did. It did.
That's pretty good. Strother Martin, born on this day, 1919. Does that name ring a bell?
No.
Have you ever seen Cool Hand Luke?
Yes.
What we have here is a failure to communicate. That is Strother Martin. Leonard Nimoy.
You know you have created an iconic character when you cannot really pull off any other role, because as soon as you look at Leonard Nimoy, you go, oh, Spock.
That's Spock.
Yeah.
Where's his ears?
Where's his ears? Yeah.
Born on this day, 1931. Died in 2015. Alan Arkin, fine actor.
Yeah.
Born on this day, 1934. Actually died in 2023. I didn't realize that. James Caan, one of the greats.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Misery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1940 he was born. Died in 2022, Jimmy Caan. Diana Ross, 81.
Yeah.
81.
Yeah.
Born on this day, 1944. Diana Ross. Steven Tyler.
77.
Can you believe that? That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Wow. Born and he apparently the vocal cords have finally gotten so strung.
Yeah, I don't think he's canceled some shows. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off.
1948. Stephen Tyler born. Vicki Lawrence, born on this day, 1949.
Mama's Family.
Mama's Family.
Yeah.
And the night the lights went out in Georgia.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Martin Short, born on this
guy.
day. Very funny. Yeah, 1950. How about Marcus Allen?
One of the smoothest running backs. Him and Tony Dorsett, to me, they didn't even look like they were trying to run fast. You know what I mean?
1981 Heisman winner, Hall of Famer, played for USC, went on to have a great career, won a couple of Super Bowls with the Raiders, played for and did had a great second career with the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, yeah.
With Joe Montana. Because a guy named Bo Jackson came and started playing running back for the Raiders. Jennifer Gray, born on this day, 1960. Are you kidding me? Jennifer Gray is 60.
She's a little older than I thought she was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah, that's right.
John Stockton, born on this day, 1962.
Utah Jazz, a
I'd say
legendary Stockton Malone connection.
Got to be top 10 point guards in NBA history.
I would think so. I would think he would follow somewhere in the top 10.
Kenny Chesney, born on this day, 1968.
How about that? And living it up. That dude's on a big boat somewhere in the Bahamas right now. You know what he does? This is what he tours in the summer to support his lifestyle, right? That's where he makes his money.
Oh, is that right?
So in the late spring and summer, he tours. Then he gets back on his boat, goes back down the Caribbean, and spends the rest of the year doing that.
That must be nice.
It's good work if you can get it.
It's good work if you can get it. That's right. Keira Knightley of all the what are the Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah, born on this day, 1985, and Von Miller,
defensive end
for the
he knocked around a little bit, but Denver Broncos I remember primarily.
Won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
was the MVP, I think.
Yeah.
Born on this day, 1989. There you go. It's going to wrap it up for us. He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.